across Israel as so many families were celebrating being reunited with their loved ones. 20 living hostages freed from Hamas captivity.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. 28 other hostages are believed to be dead. The Israeli military escorting 4 bodies to a national lab for analysis. This as Israel frees hundreds of Palestinian prisoners under phase 1 of a U.S. peace plan that President Trump envisions as a new dawn for both Israelis and Palestinians in the region, emphasizing a multi-nation rebuilding effort for Gaza and acknowledging the mass return of Palestinians to the Strip in recent days.
They're walking back to a house that's demolished, to a building that's demolished, to places that are not even recognizable. But when I looked in the faces of those people, I saw good people.
Will they be able to stay in Gaza?
I think so. I hope so, yeah.
The president visiting both Israel and Egypt, where more than 30 nations were part of a peace summit today before he headed back to Washington. President Trump also vowing again to end the war in Ukraine. He has a White House meeting set for Friday with Ukraine's President Zelensky, who says the main focus will be possible new weapons to put more pressure on Russia for peace.
European countries now purchase weapons to be sent to Ukraine, Zelensky's long-wanted longer-range capabilities. On Sunday, President Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One it is appropriate to bring up the possibility of sending Ukraine Tomahawk missiles with Russia.
Do they want to have Tomahawks going in their direction? I don't think so. I think I might speak to Russia about that, in all fairness. I told that to President Zelensky because Tomahawks are a new step of aggression.
But he said if the war is not going to be settled, he may send them and that Russia does not want that.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Wall Street rallies, the Dow up 588 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Protests against the Trump administration take a different approach in Oregon.
Hundreds of naked or nearly naked bike riders seen pedaling through Portland Sunday, ending up in front of the city's Immigration and Customs Enforcement building. Participants calling this an emergency edition of the city's annual World Naked Bike Ride to rally against President Trump's call to send the National Guard troops to the city.
This has more impact. We're doing it for something bigger than just like freedom of expression. We're doing it for human rights.
One bike rider named Rodney speaking with KPTV Fox 12 News. Others have made headlines wearing inflatable frog and unicorn costumes.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. There's an ongoing legal fight over the National Guard deployment recently blocked by a federal judge. Artificial intelligence keeps fueling real deals.
OpenAI and Broadcom are partnering up in a multi-billion-dollar chip development deal. Chipmaker Broadcom would build OpenAI's first AI processor. It would deploy 10 gigawatts of next-generation accelerators and network systems necessary for AI growth. The announcement sending shares of Broadcom soaring. ChatGPT creator OpenAI has inked deals in recent weeks with NVIDIA, Oracle, and AMD. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said the newest partnership is another step toward AI becoming beneficial to, quote, all humanity. Laura Cantor, Fox News.
Recapping stocks, reassuring words from President Trump about trade relations with China after Friday's announcement of a new 100% tariff in response to China's export controls on rare earth minerals.
On the U.S. side, we actually saw some softening of the tone from the U.S., but not backing down. And the markets clearly believe that 8 to 12 months out, this is going to be resolved. The president saying over the weekend that he wants to help China, not hurt it.
Fox Business's Edward Lawrence, the Dow back over 46K today, up 587 points. The S&P up 102, the NASDAQ up 490. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
You think football is still fun?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes. No.
No?
Sir. Well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not right now.
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
Wrong-o.
Here comes the
one and only Jay Lane.
We talk about everything. If you guys want the real talk. Touchdown, Illinois! If you win games, it takes care of everything.
Bacon up the middle. And ahead to the 15.
First and 10 for the Illini. Football is such an emotional game. The stakes are just higher.
Illinois upsets Maryland on homecoming.
We are high on the hopium.
One other thing.
I love the war chant.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Let's go!
There be the drums on a Monday. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. My name's Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And when you hear the drums, that means Mr. Jay Lehman, the All-American, is in studio with us, sir.
What up?
Man, good to see you. How was your weekend?
Man, we had a great weekend. It was a great weekend as far as the weather, as far as the matchup. Had Big Noon in town again. We just didn't play our best game.
Yeah, not a great Saturday afternoon at Geese Memorial Stadium for the Illini. Some early penalties and turnovers and
non-penalties
and
need punts.
And knee punts.
A knee punt.
Here's what we got to do. One, it just feels like we don't play with much poise against a really good team. We play with more poise against teams that are average or bad. I thought Luke wasn't himself early. He missed Beatty on that out route that we hit a lot to Beatty on the sideline. You saw Colin Dixon drop a catchable ball. You jump off sides on the 1 yard line, a false start, right? You take a knee on the punt. You fumble when you're Valentine. You force the ball in on a slant. Just enough things in critical moments. And like, well, we play with them in the second half, or we play with them. And guys, that's how it always is. It's always a spurt that you can't make up in a game, and we've got to play better at critical moments. And I'll say this. I love Luke Altmaier. I actually thought we stopped the run decent. We ran the ball at times okay. Luke Altmaier, I thought, was the one competitive advantage I thought we had over Julian Sayin. And I didn't think that Luke played better than Julian Sayin. And I think you have to have your best player play better than their player that was maybe a little bit less than you, and it didn't happen.
Well, let's start there with the offensive side of the ball. How much of it, in your opinion, were the early mistakes, the turnovers? Because we had talked about that, Evan and I think Thursday, when we were at Pia's, I was like, there probably will be this moment where he has that first INT. Like, I was expecting that against this Ohio State defense. Don't freak out when that happens. But, like, how much of it was just the early mistakes they made versus just how good that Ohio State defense is? I know it's a combination of both.
So I think Luke had time to throw the ball. I think our offensive line is better at pass blocking than run blocking. I think that's pretty obvious. I know Josh Kreutz is not himself with the banged-up ankle. Hurt us in short yardage a little bit. But I think the coverage from Ohio State, Caleb Downs and co. was excellent. Our guys had trouble getting open and creating separation. And I would call our receivers a strength of our football team.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, what was interesting to me in the post-game comments was what Brett was adamant that they couldn't stop the hurry-up offense and they should have gone to it sooner. But my counter to that is you are the head coach. You can tell them to go sooner on that. I don't know if that's a Lenny call or your call. I can tell you that's his call. He said ultimately that's his call. He did say that.
Right.
But I know why you don't do it, because you have an offense like you try to do that against Indiana and you kind of get boat raced early.
Yeah.
USC, they got a really good offense and they're kind of chewing up clock, and so you want to hold the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Ohio State, you're trying to keep them off the field. But I think moving forward, and this is a bigger picture conversation we need to have later because this is more than just the game, is you got 5 games left guaranteed. I know there could be a bowl game, possible playoff. Luke Altmaier is your best football player, and your receivers are your strength. Maybe you have to go away from Beal a ball, which is ball control. You have to start slinging the rock and say, we're going to score 40 points a game. We might give up 30, but let's beat teams like that because it gives us the best chance to win because we only got Luke Altmaier for 5 more games guaranteed.
Yeah.
It might be a change-up during the bye week that you say, let's do this. Run the ball 65, pass the ball 65% of the time, and run the ball 35%. What say you, Evan?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say it definitely looked like you could see the plan going into it. The goal was to hold possession, to slow the game down, to limit possessions for Ohio State. And because of that, which I understand, I get, Luke never got in a rhythm. That whole first half felt like just a slog. Like you're just waiting. And then as soon as when you're playing like that, you make one mistake, then you're really behind the 8 ball. And it looked like, I was texting with some friends while we were watching the game. To your point, it looked like we started that game. I'll never say guys are playing scared, but it looked like they definitely believed, oh, this is the number 1 defense in the nation, and they played like it.
The lack of poise.
Yes.
I would call it the lack of poise.
Yes.
The overthrow by Luke, the inability by Colin Dixon to catch that first ball that was in his hands.
Yeah.
Right? The inability to get off the field. You're in 2-man against Jeremiah Smith on a 3rd and 8. You have the right coverage called, and you can't get off the field.
Yep.
So those are the plays I'm talking about where if you want to be a top 10 team, you got to make those plays.
Well, even when, you see them at the 1-yard line, and we're all this talk about, they've given up 1 touchdown. They've not given up a Big Ten touchdown. They've not, all this stuff. And it felt like my life to get over that 1-yard line. When Hank reaches the ball out, it's a touchdown. Luke reaches the ball out, it's a touchdown. Like all they have to do.
I thought first of all, I thought Hank was in. I thought Hank was in. I didn't like that we rushed to the line then to put Luke Altmaier then, and maybe Luke wasn't in. Great call by Lenny to finally get in, but you shouldn't need a gadget to get in.
I know.
It was a good call to get in.
It was almost like, though, as soon as they got in, everybody was like, oh, we can score on this team. And that's when they started going up tempo and they looked better. And I don't know. I walked out of this game upset by the mistakes that we made, but not upset about who we are as a football team, if that makes sense.
I think this is exactly what people thought we would be through 7 games. We had the toughest schedule through the first 7 games of any Big Ten team, ranked number 1 according to, the college football experts. Number 1 in the Big Ten as far as the hardest. Number 4 overall. Going forward, we have the 18th strongest schedule in the Big Ten, so the least strong schedule, and it's like 63rd in the nation or something. That doesn't mean that I think the next 2 games, Washington and Rutgers, because Shiano always plays Illinois tough, and Washington will be ranked probably by the time we play them, will be tough games. But I think 5-2, you'll take it. I really do. Through 7 games, you got Duke, you got USC, you got Indiana, you got Ohio State, you got the 1 and number 3 teams in the country. They'll probably be playing the Big Ten championship. I like it.
I think a lot of people expected the Illini to be 5-2 at this point, so it's not overly shocking to me. 217-359-2255. It is the Jay Lehman Hour on the Drive. To your point about time of possession, Evan, I was looking through some stats, and the time of possession shifts when there's a turnover, right? It's really, other than the turnovers, it's completely even time of possession. It ends up being 33-27 overall. So it's a 6-minute difference. And given where the ball was on the field when the turnovers happened for the Illini and how quickly things changed, I mean, that's about right.
I thought defensively, yes, we kept the ball in front of us better. We gave up 1 play for 20 yards. That was the Max Clare catch on Matthew Bailey. I thought we tackled better on the back end than we have. The short fields definitely helped. It kept it compressed. It's easier to play, coverage in the red zone because Jeremiah Smith can't run by you for 80 yards. So that helps. But we have got to get some pressure on the quarterback. We are abysmal on 3rd down. We're like 119th in the country of getting off of the field. So we can't get off the field, and we can't run the ball as consistent. We want to play Bielema ball. We're getting beat in time of possession, a key stat that Brett likes to win. This is where I say, and I saw this with Cole Rusk, and I saw Hudson Clement make some plays. What happens if you put Beatty, Hudson Clement, or Bowick, take your pick, Colin Dixon, take your pick of the running backs, and Cole Rusk at tight end? You say, we're gonna air it out. We're gonna throw hurry up.
Wide open.
The way we're gonna run is we're gonna hopefully that you are gonna take enough out of the box that Caden Fagan and Valentine can run, and we're gonna rely on our best player, the guy we played however minute, 1.5 million, I don't know, how much ever we paid Luke Altmaier to be here, that we have 5 more games on a guy that started 30 games for the Illini at this point, we got to really bank on him to take us home. We're better at pass blocking. I think players over plays. How can I get my best player the ball?
Yep.
How can I get Beatty the ball 10 times a game? How can I get Colin Dixon the ball? How can I have Luke run the ball 6 or 7 times a game, throw the ball 35 times a game? I know that's maybe not who you want to be, but that might be who you have to be if you want to go 5-0 and have a chance at the college football playoff.
Yeah, well, I mean, not even all of that. If you look at, I don't know if anything came out in the pressers. I didn't get to hear today. Well, they probably didn't do one today because of bye week.
Because the bye week.
They didn't do one.
But Khalil Valentine and Caden Fagan, I don't know if anything has come out with how they're feeling, their injuries, or anything like that. But you might just have to do that out of necessity. Like, there's nothing else to do. Just let Luke ball, and it could be a
Well, I don't feel great that we're putting Jordan Anderson, who's played at H-back, in to carry the ball on 4th and 1 or 3rd and 2. Like, we don't need we have enough tailbacks. I know they're banged up and whatnot, but you're right. What is our strength, and when does our offense look the most explosive? It's when we're throwing the ball around the yard. I got to step back. I got an offensive coordinator that's going to be here 5 more games. That's it.
Yeah.
Lunny's gone, okay?
Yep.
Lunny's leaving. He's going to get a job somewhere at a bigger school or as a head coach somewhere. I think that's going to happen. Altmaier, Altmaier is the greatest quarterback we've had in 25 years. I'll put him over Juice Williams. I like Juice. He's the best quarterback since Kirk Kittner, okay? What are we doing with the best guys that we got to give us a chance? And that's what I would say.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the pass blocking, the pass protection by the offensive line on Saturday. I thought it was really good. Like you said, there was a nice pocket. Luke could step up into it. He had time. He could see. But like you said, the run blocking is still just.
And I think some of that is Josh Kreutz is banged up.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
I think the right guard has always been an issue. Whether it's Henderson or Hansen or do we get Des Schuster in there? It hasn't been great. We haven't got great push. Like I watched Indiana and Oregon the second half. I got home, watched that. Indiana changes the line of scrimmage on Oregon, like when they run the ball. It's not just that they're throwing the football all around. There's change. We're not changing the line of scrimmage, but I do think we're really athletic at tackle. We're able to pass block well. Like even the fumble by Luke, that's on Luke. It was a corner blitz. It took 3.5, 4 seconds for that guy to even get there. Luke's got to either throw the out route or get it out, right?
Yep.
I think that is what our strength is. Do I say we got to be one-dimensional? No. Do I say abandon the run? No. But I think we got to let go of this old Big Ten West identity. And I know Big Ten West doesn't exist anymore. That's why I said we got to let go of this identity of complementary football, and we got to air it out and sling it and be aggressive. Go up tempo if you want to go up tempo. Get off the field on 3rd down, bring some blitzes, get some kind of pressure, and make something happen.
To that point, both points you just made, offense and defense. We'll start with offense. You heard Gus Johnson say it late in the second quarter when they went to that hurry-up offense. Look at how comfortable Luke Altmaier looks right now. Altmaier making his adjustments at the line of scrimmage where he wanted to. But if you're going to overcome turnovers, you can do that by converting on 3rd down. The Illini got doubled up on 3rd down. Right. Ohio State went 8 for 15. Illinois went 4 for 14. And a backbreaker in the first half, not getting into the end zone. I mean, well, was it a backbreaker in your opinion?
Well, here's the deal.
Yes.
If they would have scored there and Hudson Clement makes that catch, it's a totally different game.
Completely.
Again, this is where it comes down to at critical moments against a good team. I like Hudson Clement. I thought he played well, but you got to catch that ball. It's hitting your hands. It was a good ball by Luke. Okay?
It was.
And our 3rd down, I think our 3rd downs were like 3rd and 5.6. That's not horrible. I think Ohio State's like 3rd and 4.5. They were a little bit better. But we have got to execute better on that. I actually think Lunny's actually pretty creative in the red zone in getting touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Even the Colin Dixon play was creative. I even liked one of the best plays I thought is they did their double reverse flea flicker pass, and Luke just threw it away. Thank God. You don't have to force it. You can throw it. You can throw it away.
Just because you're calling the wacky cool play doesn't mean you have to go all the way through with it. Get out of trouble if you need to.
Luke is an elite decision maker. You don't have 15 touchdowns and no interceptions before you throw a pick without being a great decision maker. That's why I'm saying this guy is an NFL quarterback, maybe not a starter, maybe not a first-round draft pick, but he'll be in the NFL. Yep. He's playing for Illinois right now. You got to really put everything on him to make it happen. Your defense isn't elite. We know that. Your best player overall, other than Gabe Backus, was Xavier Scott. He's gone probably for the season. How do we outscore people? I know we don't want to go that way, but that's where I feel fired up today. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, this is where we got to put all the money right now.
Well, I'm going to say, I think, to your point, it is a backbreaker because they could have triple dipped in that moment.
Yeah.
If they score on the 1 yard line right there, and then they got the stop, and then Hudson makes that catch, and then they get the ball coming out of halftime, like you really had a chance to put pressure on Ohio State. And you said it last Monday, almost jokingly, but it was also true, when David Alano kicks 5 field goals, you're not going to beat Ohio State kicking 5 field goals. You're also not going to beat Ohio State kicking field goals in general.
Right.
You got to score touchdowns.
Yeah.
When you're on the 1 yard line, you got to score touchdowns.
Yep.
How much I hate Big Def and I were actually texting during the game.
Our guy Big Def.
So
Big Def is everywhere.
Yeah, and
Big Def is everywhere.
He's everywhere. I think I sent this to you too. I despise shotgun on the 1 inch line.
Yeah. No, you did. You did.
Snapping the ball backwards 4 yards to go forward 6 inches. Just really like it bothers me to no end. A quarterback sneak, they're almost always just going. I know Kreutz is banged up. I know he doesn't, but if he can't do it, put TJ in. TJ can play.
You know what I liked? I liked how Ohio State started in shotgun, and many times they would
And
motion
moved.
to under center,
Yep.
which changes the run play. Yep. They ran sneak efficiently a couple times, right? Just hey,
we had gaps like the one touchdown sneak
Right,
they had.
right.
Nobody there.
I agree. There's just things where you're like, okay, we wish we could do certain things better. But one thing I know, because I've seen it, we can throw the ball. So let's throw the ball.
Let's throw the dang ball. Throw the dang ball.
Yes.
217-359-2255 is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. We will get into your text in just a moment. We are due for a break, and we can't do the Jay Lehman Hour without our sponsors, Jay.
Yeah, buddy. What about CEFCU? CEFCU.com. They are a title sponsor for the show. Second year in a row. Not a bank. Better. CEFCU auto, home, and commercial loans. Your one-stop shop. I'm looking at a car loan for them. They quoted me 4.5%. Come on. You guys can't beat that right now. Okay, A&R Mechanical, 100 years of serving Champaign County. A&R Mechanical just had their anniversary 2 weeks ago. Our own Stevie J was the MC for that event. A&R Mechanical, design, build, maintain. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, home of the free 10-year protection plan. Locations in Springfield, Decatur, Bloomington, and Champaign. Located on North Neal, just off of 74. And, of course, Long Branch Steakhouse. Guys, great ribeyes, great fillets. Located in beautiful downtown eclectic Gifford from Wednesday to Saturday, from 5 to 9 p.m. Do not forget the fried pickles and the fried mushrooms. And if you'll stay after the break, I got a special guest for us on the Jay Lehman Hour. Let's go.
Let's go. We got to take a quick break, and we will get to your text as well. And we do have a special guest in studio with Jay. That is all next. It is The Drive.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home football game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to Geese Memorial Stadium. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison, Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets for Fighting Illini football with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Join Salt and Light Thursday, October 23rd for our first annual Masquerade Ball. This year's theme is Cirque du Soleil and has everything from fire performers and aerialists to stilt walkers and contortionists, live music, and so much more. For one magical night, we'll stand together to change lives and transform our community with great food and drinks, music, whimsical entertainment, and a live and silent auction. Visit www.saltandlightministry.org and click the Masquerade tab for all the info.
Always a pleasure to talk about Donnie up in Long Branch Steakhouse here in beautiful downtown Gifford. Well, you know what, friends? It's never too early to make your Christmas party reservations at the Long Branch Steakhouse in Gifford. They are taking party reservations for December. Dates are filling up quickly. Don't be left out this year. If you want a fabulous night at the Long Branch for your office party, get it done now. Connect with the Long Branch Steakhouse and book your Christmas party. Long Branch Steakhouse, beautiful downtown Gifford.
Hey everybody, it's Jay Lehman, former Fighting Illini linebacker, All-American. When I moved back to town last year, I needed brand new appliances for my renovated kitchen and looked no further than Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Unprecedented products, unrivaled service. I love their protection plan, and so will you. Visit them at appliance-world.com or at their physical location on Neal Street by Interstate 74.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. My name's Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. It is the Jay Lehman Hour. Jay in studio with us. And Jay has brought a special guest with him today.
I did. I brought my my oldest boy, my only boy, Colt Lehman. He's in 8th grade, and he was there. Colt, say hi to the audience.
Hello.
And he was a 13-year-old at the big noon kickoff. I got up. He asked me if I could get up at 5:15 to take him down.
Well, did you?
And I got up. I took two of his friends. And what did we drop you off at 6:30, bud?
Yeah, it was like 6:20, 6:30.
And were you able to? The gates opened up at what time?
6:30.
Okay, and then were you able to get in like the front or a bar stool? And then what happened?
Yeah, we got to like the front left of the big noon area, but it was mostly because we just outran everyone there. Because when they opened, everyone just sprinted.
And you were trying to win this competition with a sign, right?
Yeah, it was a $500 competition.
What place did you get for that?
We got 7th, I think.
Got 7th, okay.
All
and you were
right.
in the front row. I saw you on X on the big noon on the Fox handle.
Yeah.
We saw that clip. I also saw you got on stage. How'd you get on stage?
So there's this security guard that walked by, and it was kind of a joke. I was like, hey, can me and my friends get on the stage? And he was like, he kind of just laughed at us. He was like, let me check. So I was like, oh, we might actually get on the stage. He came back, and he was like, come with me, but just you three. He took us up, got on the stage, took some pictures of us, met Urban Meyer. It was really fun, yeah.
Wow. Was it so? Tell me, was it like hyped up? Was there a lot of people there?
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. Lots of energy. Biggest crowd for Big Noon, they said, like, ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did not know it was the biggest crowd ever.
Well done, Champagne. And you didn't have to name drop dad either. You didn't have to be like, you know who my dad is around? You didn't have to do any of that to get on stage.
When Juice came over and was signing, I was like, my dad was Jay Lamb and he played with you. He was like, oh, your dad's Jay, yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all.
Oh yeah, I know Jay. Yeah. He was just a guy. He got, he didn't give me any more love than that. So Juice Williams, the attack man. So you're there. Did you watch the whole show through then?
Yeah, the whole show.
Okay, you watched the whole show, and then you came into the game. What did you think about the Illini game?
Well, I just thought we kind of played scared for the first part. We fixed some stuff up second half, but yeah.
And Colt wears number 17, just like Gabe Backus, same position as Gabe Backus.
Oh, nice.
That's his guy. So good to see Gabe make a couple plays. We want Gabe to make some more sacks. But before you leave us, Colt, tell us, man, what your favorite part of Illini football this year is what?
I'd probably have to say seeing Luke develop to the player he is today. Like, just I feel like our passing game's gotten really good. Got some good receivers, and our pass blocking has gotten a lot better too. So we've been able to execute with that.
Man, you're ready to be an analyst
Listen
right now.
to that, yeah.
We coaching him up over here.
Stevie, we got some on-air talent. If you're listening, sir, Stevie J, we got somebody else that can fill in. Right, one of us gets sick.
Yeah,
man, that's good stuff.
Now, before you go, you got to talk about CEFQ. What is CEFQ?
Not a bank. It's better.
Yeah, it's a credit union. And what's the other sponsor that we get our washers and dryers from?
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Yeah, man. Great ads on there, right?
Yeah.
And then one more for you. We know about A&R Mechanical, but one steakhouse I take you and the kids to all the time is
Long Branch.
Man, and what do we get when we go to Long Branch?
The fried pickles.
Come on, baby! The fried
Cold lit up!
Cold lit up with the fried pickles! Bro, I'm going to have you do the ads for us next time. We'll have Donnie give you a shout. Thank you so much, man, for coming on.
Yeah,
you the man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. That's genuine. Like, you can tell when somebody's just kind of going through copy. That was the fried pickles, Dad.
Dude, he knows about the fried pickles, bro. Like you act like, I actually, traffic is not the word. I was going to say I traffic our sponsors. I don't traffic.
You don't do that. No,
I don't traffic them. What is the word I'm looking for that I use the sponsors? Like I'm a member.
You're
a man of your word.
No, there's no word though.
You're not just a
someone on the text line hit me up. What is the word I'm looking for?
I keep going to the Just for Hair Men's Club or whatever. I'm not just a spokesman. I'm also a client or something like that. But you're not. But that's not. Is that it? I don't know.
There's a word out there. For some reason, it has like a C or.
You don't endorse products that you don't actually.
There
use.
you go. Right. Okay. I'm a believer in it. I use all this stuff.
A consumer. You consume the product.
I'd like to think while your kids are sleeping, you're just in there saying, CEFQ.
CEFQ.
Not just a bank.
Not just a bank. Better.
They wake up and they're like, I could really use some fried pickles right now.
There you
what
go,
is going
right?
on?
But
man?
we use it. We do go to Long Branch. Me and Lonte, and people know this, that we had a bet last year that if there was 10 wins, we would pay for 20 fans to go to Long Branch. We had a great time. Because we did get to 10 wins. It took us the bowl game, but we did get to 10 wins. People thought it would never happen. You frequent your sponsors, Marty Miller says. Thank you, Marty Miller. Yes, frequent. There's a stronger word that sometimes like you're at a football game in high school.
Patronize, Big
Patronize.
Big Dev coming through.
Patronize. You're advocate or champion. You're an advocate, yes, of your sponsors. Okay, so like you're at like the PA announcer at a high school football game is like, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, Main Scoop Ice Cream, Moe's Burrito, all these different things. And like, please patronize our sponsors, like that thing. That's what I want to do. I actually do that. Like, I don't go, that's where I get my appliances from, So all those different things we use, I get loans from CEFQ. So I have A&R Mechanical. They serviced my HVAC system in December. Make sure it was good before everything got really, really cold and icy. So I love it, man. Matt Lang, I love what he says. This new kid in talent is the next up-and-comer, my Lord. We need another bet and more steak in Gifford, and Jay bring his son as the guest speaker for autographs. Oh, man.
There you go.
Listen, I could be talked into it. Highly persuadable. I need lots of people on the text line saying we need that. Maybe we'll have Curtis. We'll have Evan out there. We'll bring Colt out there. We'll have some steaks and some fried pickles. Man. Okay, we give a lot of love to the sponsors. We can get back to football now.
Well, now we got a new promo we got to put together, right? We just need someone to sign up on it. That's pretty much it. You can kick in some money on that, right, Evan?
No, absolutely not. But
we know pastors make the big bucks.
Well, not quite.
Spoken from a pastor's kid. So
I did. I gave Cole my mic, and I started getting a little nervous. I was like, I might not get that thing back. My gosh.
It's like taking yourself out because you're winded or you had a little injury. It's like I never did that. Like the amount of people this is a whole nother topic, right? I was taught never to take myself out of a game because you're not a good enough athlete to actually come back in sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And my dad was like, listen, never take yourself out. Most injuries go away within 2 or 3 plays. You might not be able to feel anything for 2 or 3 plays, but you stay out there. You don't want to be Wally Pipp. Wally Pipp took a day off. Lou Gehrig took a spot and was the Iron Man. That was it. He just wanted to take a day off. Lou Gehrig took a spot. So many guys are on the field. Like that, I mean, it feels like every defender has been like on the field at least once. Like, oh, I'm hurt, and you have to go out for a play. I don't remember. God, thank you so much for protecting me. But I will say, I don't remember one time during a game I laid on the field and had to be helped off by a trainer. I either got up and played the next play, or I got through the series and just cried once I got to the sideline. Right? But I was never just on the field laying there, and thank God I wasn't, because sometimes it's legit. But other times I'm like, are these guys really hurt when I see them come back 3 plays later?
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, come on. I also heard there's a rumor that you weren't always the most upset when a team converted a third down because you got to play more.
I love that, because here's the deal. You have third downs, you get 3 and outs, and all the crowd is like, yes, because everybody's going to the bathroom during the defense, like, okay, we don't have the ball. Okay, we get to stop. We'll go to the bathroom, right? I would love to just, like, let them have a first down. Okay, the ideal series is this. They start at the 20. You get them a first down about the 31 on 3 downs. Yep. Another 3 downs, they get to, like, the 44. Then another 3 downs. You get 9 total plays, but they still have to punt the ball. They can't kick a field goal. Your offense gets it. You hopefully they quickly score, and then you're back on the field, and then it's like, okay. But then my dad had this thing, like, and this was never a big thing. It was usually when we were bad, called point management. Point management is that you have to keep the game close enough so that the subs don't get in. Because if you have a starter, which if you have a sub parent, you're like, well, I want the subs to get in. But he was like, you can't get too many, you can't get blown out by too much, and you can't win by too much. Yeah, you got to keep it within 2 or 3. Got to stay in. Scores, right?
I don't know if I've ever heard the term sub-parent. I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
Sub-parent.
You're a sub-parent.
Parents of subs.
I've never heard that before.
Second string parent. That's what he is.
Old Happy Landon's point management system. He loves the close game that's comfortable. 2 touchdown lead, but never get more than that, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I've never heard sub-parent, but while I was helping coach the Twins Little League earlier in the summer, I had a kid come up to me, and he said, which step coach should I listen to if they're at third base? And I said, step coach? Yeah, like a stepdad, but he's the step coach. I was like, did you come up with that on your own? He's like, well, yeah. I said that to my dad the other day, and he said I should say that to you. I was like,
that's what. So not an assistant coach, a step coach.
A step coach.
So so the assistants were like the third base coach and the first base coach were step coaches.
They were step coaches. Yeah.
Were you a step coach?
No, I was not a step.
You were the head coach.
I was a dad coach, I guess is what I was.
So you were a biological.
I was a biological coach. Yeah.
You're creepy uncle coach.
No, I was like child support coach if I bailed on the team or something like that. I got to say, for coming off of a loss, this is the most fun I think we've had in the studio ever with the Jay Lehman Hour. Yeah, you want to get back to the sad stuff?
Well, I was going to bring it back just to talk about. We don't have to, but you're talking about like the perfect drive for defense is that you let them get 3 and then you get 1 or whatever. Sure. That was some of the biggest problems with the turnovers that Illinois had is they were immediate. So Ohio State would go on a drive, the defense would get off the field, and then the offense would come on, and like Khalil's fumble was the first play. It was almost
was like the 4th play.
Yeah, like it was so quick that the defense barely had time to sit down and talk about anything, and they're putting their helmet back on to run back out on the field.
That's frustrating. It's a sudden change situation. We just there's so many. You can't lose it on a 4 turnovers. I'm counting the punt as a turnover when they take a knee. 4-0 is nothing. That's the same ratio that we beat Duke by, and Duke got beat 45-19 by us, right? So it's like you can't do that and expect to win games, especially against Ohio State.
Yeah, I even I've been saying really it's 4 because if you count the punt as a half and then the false start on the 1 yard line as a half, like those are two kind of.
I count the punt as a full. I mean, it's the same as the block.
4.5. Let's go. Like, it was as soon as he did it, I was like, he was on his knee, but they didn't blow. Oh, they blew the whistle.
Beyond me. Yeah. 217-359-2255 is your number. This one from Chris on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Strategically, deferring the opening kick is the right move, but tactically, in that moment, in that game, I would have preferred we took the ball and forced the action. Jay, your thoughts on that text?
I don't think that would be the right thing to do. I think that Brett played it to his strengths. Evan talked about the triple dip possibly. When you go into Jarlene's, you get 1, 2, or 3 triple dips, right? No lie. My mom, when she was really, I don't know if she felt bad for me or if she just felt like I needed something, she would take me to Jarlene's like when I was like 8th grade and after school, and you can eat a ton when you're in 8th grade. I got a son that just talked that can eat a ton. And I would get 5 scoops of lemon in a cup and just pound that bad boy. Guys, lemon is the marquee flavor for custard cup. Everyone knows it. The sign is lemon, right? Everyone knows
All right,
this,
touche.
right? Okay, the sign is lemon, but
Don't touche that.
That being said,
it's a lemon.
Oh, go ahead, get your snowstorms.
It's
and
just
be
old.
like Dairy
I'm
Queen.
just
Okay,
saying.
Get your snowstorm.
Okay,
It's not a blizzard, it's a snowstorm.
But that being said, okay, I don't think that you start with a kick. I thought it was a win that you forced a field goal against Ohio State. What happened though was you turned it over on your first drive, so that was not good. So I don't think it was the tactical error.
This has been sent in a couple of times since Saturday on the Altmaier interception. There's a picture that's been going around. Have you seen it of the defender on? I'm having a brain fart. Was it Hudson who the ball was supposed to go to and the ball got tipped?
No, it was Bateman.
Oh, it was Hank. It was on. On Hank's back.
And defenders going through it.
Yeah. Any issue with how that developed?
There was a lot of questionable PIs. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So that one, number one. But the biggest one was Bowick early. That was a critical time of the game. We could have used a PI, and that was the obvious PI. And then there was Colin Dixon down the sideline,
shoved out of bounds.
Shoved out of bounds. They were very
Awful.
handsy. I don't think we lost the game because of that, but it definitely made a difference. There was one official that swallowed the ref, their whistle. They just did not call stuff.
Yeah.
And the rule is this. So people don't realize this. You can't face guard in the NFL. You can face guard in college. You don't have to look back for the ball, but you are not allowed to hit the receiver when the ball is in the air.
Yeah.
There was tons of contact when the ball's in the air.
An insane amount.
So I don't agree with it.
Yeah, we all know which ref you're talking about. And they on that play,
That person.
on that play, you can go back and watch, and they're reaching down to grab. They're like trying to decide if they're going to throw the flag or not. Like they're reaching down and grabbing at their pocket, and then they just decide not to. Yeah, people are like, "Oh, face." I'm like, it's not face guarding. However, it is a tackle.
Right. You cannot hit them when the ball's in. She missed two of them. Okay, I'll just say it. She missed two of them down the line. Missed two of them. And also, there was a face mask call that was missed on Luke.
Yep.
On that play.
Oh, big time. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the automatic first down we had to do. That would have been huge. There's just. I know we scored after that. I get it. But at the end of the day, that didn't lose you the game.
It's still the effort that you have to still put in to score after a missed call like
yes.
that. Like it's,
yeah. So nothing was easy for the Illini. And against a good team, it's not going to be easy.
And I, a lot of people sent me the Hank Beatty one as well.
Yeah.
Those slants are really, they're bang plays.
Bang.
They're really hard to. We got one on a couple series later on Colin Dixon.
Yep.
That okay, if we get 50% of those called, I think that's the mean. That's probably the normal. The ones that hurt are the Justin Bowick and the Colin Dixon, and even like Cole Russ getting shoved out of bounds, which I know the ball wasn't in the air yet. Do they do illegal contact?
So there's no illegal contact, but if the ball was in the air when he got shoved out of bounds, that's a big thing. I think what's difficult is you have these rules like his feet were in bounds when he caught it, but the fact was he jumped. When he jumped to catch the ball, one of his foot was out of bounds.
Yeah.
And that was
toenail.
That's what happened. But the reason he was out of bounds is because he was pushed out of bounds.
He was shoved out of bounds.
So should they change the rule that, wait a second, if I was shoved out of bounds and I'm coming back to catch the ball and I get in bounds, shouldn't that be a catch?
New defensive philosophy. Just push everyone out of bounds.
There you go.
217-359-2255 is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. So you're going into a bye week, Jay. But coming out of this, all right, you're, as far as we know, relatively healthy, although we haven't heard about Khalil Valentine yet. That looked a lot uglier than I think maybe it was. The leg
fumble when he got wrapped
his
up
leg,
there.
that looked the way the leg bent, and he was carried off the field by the lineman, but then he's walking on his own power on the sideline.
I never know. Some of these guys it looks horrible, and then sometimes it doesn't look that bad, and then they're out. Xavier Scott, he kind of has that weird jump against Western Michigan, and he's out for the season.
Yeah.
Other times guys get crushed, and you're like, oh, he's done.
Yeah.
And he's back like 5 plays later. So
the non-contact ones are always like, oh, well, we'll never see them again. All right, see ya.
Yeah, because you feel like something snapped or ligament-wise. The ones that get crushed to the bottom of the pile, you feel like, okay, hopefully you're okay. What happens, the problem is when you're in weight-bearing, like through one leg and someone comes and hits that leg, that's the big thing. If you're, the leg, you keep your feet moving and stuff, and you're not having your cleat in the ground, it just kind of like knocks your leg out. But when you're stuck with a cleat in the ground and somebody falls on you, that's the issue. And hopefully Khalil Valentine's okay. We definitely need a bye week to heal up, especially at the tailback position.
Yep.
A couple of texts have come in, including from Ty and Assumption, asking, are the playoffs out of question for the Illini? Question for you, Jay.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, so I think you're never going to be rated lower than you are right now if you win out. Everything I'm about ready to say is if Illinois wins out. You have no chance unless you win out, okay? You've got Indiana and Ohio State, who I think are almost a lock for the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
Okay, Indiana does have to play at Penn State, but boy, that's become a dumpster fire quick. Okay? You've got Oregon, I think, who's that third slot. So I think there'll be a fourth or fifth team that will make it in the Big Ten, that will make it into the playoff. That would be Nebraska, USC, Illinois, or Michigan. Michigan has to play Ohio State still. Now, they have had their number lately.
Right.
USC, you technically have a tiebreaker on, but I think you want USC to beat Notre Dame. Your win against USC looks better. They still got to play Oregon.
Yep.
Okay? And then you have Notre Dame out, and you have a tiebreaker of head-to-head against USC if you're both 10-2. Nebraska still has to play Iowa and some other teams. Like you have to play USC too. Like they don't have the easiest road left. So I think if you win out, you have 10 wins and you have 2 losses against the Big Ten 1 and 2 teams. You got to say, whew. But you also could have an SEC team jump you at 9-3.
Well, this is why I am so fired up. I don't know when we're going to get into this, but I'm so fired up about Illinois not being ranked this week.
Well, let's do that next because we are.
Because I'm ticked.
Oh, Evan sent me a text earlier, and he used a different word than ticked. But he is fired up about how he's feeling about it.
It was still an appropriate word. It was still something that if my kids said, I'd be mildly upset.
It was the W word. You guys can guess what the W word is if you're listening. 217-359-2255. I made that up. There is no W word.
I was going to say, both our wheels are telling.
There is no W. I was totally just screwing with everybody. No, there is no
Wonder.
Yeah. It was a wonderfully bad ranking to not be ranked anymore. But we do thank the sponsors one more time, Jay, for the Jay Lehman Hour. And then we'll jump into a break, and then you can rant all you want, Evan Stone.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have your sponsors you'd like to thank, Jay?
Okay, sorry, guys. I was thinking about the wonder word, the W word. And I was reading Matt Lang's text line here.
You know what is wonderful?
Are you sponsored?
Our sponsors are wonderful.
SEFQ.com. I already got the sponsors in talking to Cole, but SEFQ.com.
Oh, that's true.
So we've already got the sponsors in, but SEFQ's legit. Not a beg, better. You heard from Colt. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Hold the free 10-year production plan, guys. You got to check out Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, located on North Neal. If you listen to that on 2x speed, you'll never understand what I just said. And A&R Mechanical, 100 years here in Champaign. Design, build, maintain, and of course, beautiful downtown eclectic Gifford is home to Long Brand Steakhouse. Yep, the home of fried pickles and great ribeyes. Let's go.
You kind of looked like The Rock there for a second when you did that. You almost raised the eyebrow and like, can you smell it, jabroni?
Guys,
No.
when I was 13, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Was there anybody
Stunner.
cooler? Yeah.
I mean, WWF back then, and then they had NWO Wolfpack. Woo! Nash, Razor Ramon, and R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. I think Nash is the only one alive still. Razor Ramon's gone, and obviously Hogan's gone, and so boy, we just got on a tangent there.
Yes, we did. It's my fault. It's always my fault when we get sidetracked. We're going to take a break. We'll have more with the New World Order of Sports Talk Radio next. It is The Drive.
Dryer shot, honey. I can't fix it this time.
We don't have money in the budget for a new appliance. I just paid off the credit card bill. What the hey?
I'm calling Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Gonna beat them up on price. Watch this.
Appliance World Sales. This is Paul.
Need a dryer? Not gonna overpay, bud, or I'll go right down the street.
Have a GE electric dryer right here for $50 a month.
Oh, sure. And with interest, I'll pay for it twice, I bet.
Not at all. No interest until 2027.
And to qualify, I'll bet I have to buy a washer and a refrigerator and a range.
Nope. No interest until January 2027 on just the dryer or any purchase over $600 on invoice.
Seriously? Let me guess. No free extended protection like you guys talk about.
Free 10-year extended protection plan is still yours.
Well, wow. I'll be right there. Just one other thing. Can you tell my wife I
beat me up for the deal? Think she's pulling in the parking lot now.
Put us down for the washer too, Paul.
Wow.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
The Halloween Water Carnival with Urbana Park District is happening October 18th from 4 to 6. As 2 to 11-year-olds with a parent or adult guardian enjoy games, spooky activities, prizes, and more. Kids can dress up in costumes, but remember, they'll be swimming. Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center. Registration required. Be ready to splash into the fun with the Halloween Water Carnival, October 18th, urbanaparks.org.
Sarah Champagne's Ben Quattrone on keeping his employees.
It's got to be the place to work. We have to pay the best. We have to treat people the best. Some of the guys wanted to order pizza the other day. Well, we bought 30 Papa Del's pizzas. BMW had the best month they've ever had. They said, can we have a cookout? Saturday, I cooked like 50 ribeye steaks. And they were expecting like cheese, burgers and hot dogs and stuff. Like, if I'm eating steak, you're eating steak. We both eat steak, we both eat hamburger.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com. Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Altmaier underneath, intercepted. Ohio State. Pierce, first interception of the season for Altmaier. Altmaier hands it off to Valentine. Across the line of scrimmage and gain a yard. Oh gosh, they're going to give the Ohio State the ball. The ball came out late. Second down and 10. And Altmaier has it stripped. Ohio State has the ball.
Credit to those guys. They're the number one team for a reason. We playing late into the year, early into next year, I imagine. Can't make that many mistakes to win this game. Again, just credit them for making plays. Great ability on that side. But, I think we're a great team as well. I really believe that. And we'll show it the next couple months.
Cause you had a bad day, you take one down, you sing a sad song.
It wasn't a fun one at Geese Memorial Stadium on Saturday, but it was just one bad day. That's all it was.
We were having fun here until
it was one loss.
It was one loss. That's all.
I mean, the loss was bad to Indiana. It was bad it wasn't great against Ohio State. It was better than Indiana, but there still just were 2 losses.
And here's what I said. I'm trying to figure out, what did we learn Saturday? Are we the best team in the nation?
No.
However, we are the best team that the best team in the nation has played so far. So you take some solace in that. I don't know what that means, but we're better than anyone else they've played so far.
I could have played like the Sarah McLachlan, Save the Rescue Dog song.
Gosh.
If you really want,
No.
Okay, if you want that for the
no,
sad
that's
song next
PTSD
time.
waking up at
really
1:30 in the morning of just
Why
dying
did they air
dogs.
that so late? 217-359-2255 is your number on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. It's the Jay Lehman hour of the Drive. We've had a fun one. And where do you go from here, Jay? You've got the bye week. Where's your focus? When are you really fixated on the last weekend of October?
How do we score 40 points a game offensively? Give it to our best players. And how do we get off the field on third down? We fix those 2 things. Right now we have we're 119th in the country. If we just get to average getting off the field on third down, if we get to the 50s or 60s in the country, and we score 35, 40 points a game, I think we'll win out. We got to stay healthy at certain positions. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen, right? And I think you have
yeah.
a chance. But I think from what I'm always just reading between the lines because I love how Brett's honest after stuff. I think they want to do tempo more. Now they tried to do that against Indiana, kind of bit them in the butt, and they kind of got scared, maybe backed off about it. But I think Lunny and Altmaier want to do that, and I think we got weapons to do that. The question is defensively, you feel like you just can't line up and stop people. You got to figure out a way to get some turnovers. So get off the field on third down, get some turnover defensively, and start slinging the rock. Be more of a pass-first team than run-first team, which I felt like they were a little bit against Ohio State. A lot of first-down passes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll see more of that.
Evan, I know you've been itching to speak your mind.
Is it my turn?
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to save the rant. I always want to save that rant for a big moment in the hour.
For a big moment in the hour.
Yeah.
Well, what you're saying, typically when people look at rankings, when you look at the AP rankings, when you look at when they come out, the easy thing to say, especially in basketball, college basketball, is to say, well, rankings, they're just a number. Rankings don't matter. Just go out and win the games. That's no longer the case in college football. When you're looking at a playoff where maybe 4 Big Ten teams are trying to fight their way into the playoff and you're potentially that 4th Big Ten team, you're not going to move up coming out of the bye week. And now you're 8 weeks into the season. You're unranked, trying to work your way in the visual perspective of AP voters and the college football playoff, of moving your way back into that conversation. And you got to fight twice as hard now just to get back in a regular conversation because AP voters suck. And they don't actually watch the games. They just look at the scoreboard. So as that poll comes out yesterday, Illinois right now is sitting at 5-2. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We have lost at the number 3 team in the nation, and we've lost at home to the number 1 team in the nation. We have only lost to teams receiving first place votes. That's it. Then you've got Nebraska, who's ranked at 25th. They're 5-1. They lost at home to Michigan, who just got smoked by USC. Who lost to who?
Illinois.
Yeah. Then you got Cincinnati at 5-1, sitting at number 24. They lost to Nebraska, who just lost to Michigan, who got smoked by USC. You got Texas at 4-2, sitting at 21st. They lost to Ohio State, and then they went and lost to Florida. Florida is trash bags, garbage. USC is 20th. Who's their one loss to?
Illinois.
And they're sitting at 20th. Their best win is at home against Michigan. Then you've got the one that really ticks me
Here it
off.
comes.
Let's go.
Notre Dame
There
at
it
number
is.
13. They're 4-2. Their best win, do you know what their best win is this year? Purdue at home.
Purdue, yeah. I knew you were going to say the Purdue
Their
game.
best win is Purdue. And they're at number 13. 5-2 Illinois with 2 losses to the number 1 team in the nation, the number 3 team in the nation. And they're only receiving votes because AP people, I know we're probably one of them
W
now.
words, whatever that is.
W words are
I got
coming
a
out.
bevy of W words he could
And
be
this
using
is
right now.
any other year, I would not be that stressed about it. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's cool to have the ranking. But when you're truly fighting for that 4th Big Ten playoff spot, and you need to get back into that top 15, that top 12, and now you have to make up even more spots because we don't have the right name?
Well, so to your point that you're making, and to Jay's, if they win out and they're doing it with those style points and they're hanging 35, 40 points a game on the teams that are left, where do you end? Don't you find a way back into the top 12? Jay?
And now the AP poll, it is a reference point, but it's not the playoff poll.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The USA Today poll, which we're 25th, is not the poll. The coaches poll is that, but it does make it. I agree. Notre Dame completely over. Dude, if Indiana was named Ohio State or Notre Dame, they'd be number 1 in the country.
Yeah.
Indiana's getting blasted for being Indiana.
Yep.
And Kurt Signetti said it before. I have them as my number 1 team in the country because they have the best win of the year. Anybody. They have the best win. They're undefeated. Okay.
You might have 2 of the best wins.
Sure. Illinois too, right?
Yeah. A top 20 team coming in and you beat them by 50?
Well, a top 9 team coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they got really good wins. So I give Indiana. So they're discriminated against. I think this is old guard brand names, right? But I will say this. If Illinois wins out, I've seen this movie before. 2007 was one of these movies when I played. They had so many upsets down the stretch. And you've got teams right now that in November, they're going to play some tough teams, and it's going to unravel. If you can keep winning, it's not a stretch for you to jump 3-4 spots in a week. Washington, if they win this week, will be ranked. Yep. You play another ranked opponent on the road, you beat Washington. Then you don't have any other ranked opponents the rest of the year. But I will say this. You went out, Washington ends up 9-3 maybe, 8-4. Duke, you hope wins out. USC, you hope gets one more loss, but ends at 10-2, and you have the tiebreaker on them.
Well, you do have a good spot. So now Oregon and USC are both
one loss,
and they play each other. So guaranteed, one of them is going to have two losses. And so
you feel like Oregon at 10-2, they're going to put in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though they don't have a great win. Penn State's not a great win anymore.
No.
Yeah, that's what looking at their schedule, and then you watch this past weekend and you see them struggle. It's like, how good are they actually? So you look at what's Oregon's best win on the schedule so far. I mean, sure, a whiteout, that's good, but they've beat Montana State, Oklahoma State, Northwestern, Oregon State, and Penn State.
Don't have good wins. USC will be the best win for Notre Dame if they beat them the entire year.
Yep.
Yes.
That'll be their best win. And you're going to tell me that's going to get them in because they had close losses?
That's why I'm saying the rankings mattered now, is because I know it's not the same polls and stuff, but it's a reference point. And it creates the conversation that we're having leading into those committees and into those rankings.
So I will say this. Ohio State in 2014 in the first playoff poll, when they won the title and got in, they were 16th, okay? 12 spots out of the top 4, and they got in. Okay, so you can make up some ground.
They're also Ohio State.
Program X. If you remember, they jumped Baylor and TCU, who were 11-1, because they ran up the score on a Gary Anderson, Wisconsin team in the Big Ten Championship 59-0.
Yes, that's what I want coming out. I don't think you're going to do it out in Seattle. But post-Seattle, I want this team to run up the score as bad as they can, and as I want Kurt Signetti on Rutgers, Maryland, Northwestern.
Because style points matter.
Because
that's what they're saying right now. You got beat bad, so that's where you're getting penalized by that.
Yep.
The 53-point loss.
Yep. Well, Jay, the hour flew by. We've gone into the 4 o'clock hour. I know you've got stuff to do today, but. Man, great stuff as always. Appreciate you bringing your son in.
Yeah, Colt,
shout out
man.
Colt for coming in.
Great job today, buddy. He's a natural.
I like you now until you steal my job. Then we're not going to be friends.
Layman and Son featuring Curtis. That's coming next.
And Sons. That's kind of funny because the kids say these days, they say like, oh, that's buns.
Yeah.
Or cheeks.
Cheeks.
Yeah, buns.
I was told that's out. I was told it's chopped now.
Chopped.
Chopped.
Chopped cheeks is a good one. You chopped cheeks.
I don't know if I like that one.
But I told Colt someday we're going to start a hot dog stand. It's called Buns and Sons. It's going to be the worst hot dogs you've ever had, but it's going to be a father-son combo. Buns and Sons.
Buns and Sons.
There you go. That's our next sponsor for next year.
For the Jay Lehman
Buns
Hour.
and Sons. All right.
Find them on Neal Street. All right, man.
See you guys.
Good stuff, Jay. Thanks for coming in. We got to catch a break, and when we come back, we'll dive into the Bears playing Monday night right here on ESPN 93.5.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Canelo Luga, linebacker and special teamer.
Hey, KO, is it a good thing to be ranked, or would you rather be the underdog?
Oh, it's better to be ranked. You can't just look past the next opponent, though. Coach sees to it that nobody gets overconfident. On the other hand, it's a big deal taking down any ranked team.
I get it. When somebody comes into our store, we're sure we can take care of them, but we don't assume the deal just because Good Vibes has ranked #1 in the People's Choice Contest again.
Speaking of ranked, what's up with Sony? Bravia 5, 7, 8, or 9?
In Sony's lineup, 3 is backlit, 5 is mini LED, 7 is brighter mini LED, 9 is the best mini LED, Bravia 8 is OLED with better viewing angle and black level, and the 8 Mark II is the hybrid panel that won the King of TV award again.
That's a lot to keep track of, and that's just Sony.
Good thing I don't have to keep track of run versus pass, shedding blockers, and tackling without getting flagged. I think I'll stay in my lane.
Good plan.
And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for 18.2. We're going to sell it for $12.5.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're gonna get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow. It's the fastest lawnmowers in the world, called Dixie Chopper. Go to dedicated diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Veterans Day is not far away, and you know what you can do? You can nominate a veteran for something fantastic. From ABC Heating and Air Conditioning, they are giving away an entire HVAC system that's heating and air conditioning and honoring our veterans this Veterans Day. If you want to nominate somebody for a complete air conditioner and furnace system from ABC, just go to abcheatingandac.com and nominate a deserving veteran as we honor our veterans this Veterans Day. That's abcheatingandac.com.
Hi, Randy Graham here with Curtis Orchard. We're honored by your votes in the News Gazette People's Choice Awards. You voted us best in agritourism. Thank you. Our mission is always to offer fun, educational farm experiences for every guest. Whether you love apple and pumpkin picking, outdoor fun, shopping the country store, or visiting our bakery or Flying Monkey Cafe, our hope is that you make memories with the ones you love. We can't wait to see you again this year. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, or curtisorchard.com. Again, thank you.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Yes, sir. It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Whew, buddy. That was a fun one with Jay Lehman.
That was good.
And if you missed any of that, we will have the podcast up in just a moment. So make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tough weekend.
Not a fun weekend. Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, obviously, we talked a lot about the Illini losing.
Yeah.
What that game looked like. The Cubs blew it on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That was hard, but
yeah.
We have one thing left. That our hopes, our joys, that they ride on to save the weekend.
No, I know what it is.
Please don't let it be on the Bears.
That's it, isn't it?
It's on the Bears.
Oh, it's tonight. Yeah.
The Chicago Bears tonight against the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, one of two Monday night games tonight, and you can catch that right here on ESPN 93.5, actually.
Yeah, let's go.
The national broadcast for it. If you would like to listen to the Bears on the radio. I know a lot of people like to match it up, like they do the radio broadcast with the TV broadcast, but they mute the TV. You ever done that?
Yeah.
I've done that. Well, you can do that with Q96. They'll have the local broadcast with our guy, Jeff Joniak. And my favorite quote of Jeff so far this year.
Please don't let it be on the Bears.
I mean, I'm just... But yes, our hopes and sports dreams. Although I will tell you this, sir. Twin soccer game on Saturday. Big win, 9-0.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, big win.
Wow.
For the mini Tuscola squad.
Against a team full of sub-parents, huh?
Stop it. We did. You and Jay with your sub-parents comment. Yeah, so here's a fun stat. I know people are like, hey, Bears coming off a bye week. Revenge game with the Commanders. Can I tell you something about the Bears and their last 11 bye games, sir?
Yes, because I'm gonna return a stat to you.
They're 1-10 coming off of bye weeks in the
Okay.
last. Okay, so
okay,
not great.
How many of those were with Ben Johnson as the head coach?
Oh, now here we go. 0 of those.
That's what I want. Man, people love the history stats, but when the history stats are with a different history, you got to throw them out the window.
Yeah, you got to act like history doesn't matter.
Ben Johnson is a different. Now, will they win tonight? But it has nothing to do with being 1-10 in their last 11 post-bye. Here's something that is interesting. So, they're playing at Washington. Obviously, last year, they had that moment, at Washington.
They had it.
How often do teams play back-to-back years going out to Washington? Isn't that kind of rare?
I mean, I feel like the Cowboys, Giants, and Eagles do it.
All right. Well, okay. Let me clarify.
I gave him the heater, baby.
Let me clarify.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
A non-division opponent.
Oh, yeah, that one.
To repeat play at their place 2 years in a row. I can't imagine that happens very often.
That feels like
if never.
That feels like the NFL scheduling committee having a little bit of fun. Putting it in prime time again. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but I was thinking about the moments that have happened, because I saw that stat about 1-10 in the last 11 bye weeks. So the last 11 years. What you're really talking about is post-Lovey. That's what you're looking at there. You're going back to 2011, 2012, or whatever it was when Lovey got. That's really what you're talking about.
They have 2 bye weeks now.
Yeah.
Right? So a little skewed. But yeah, sure.
Yeah. But there have always been these moments where the Bears, not just a game, but in the game turns, the season flips. Mm-hmm. And I was going back to the post-Marion Barber Broncos game. Do you remember that debacle, the Tebow game?
Yeah.
Where I don't know if it was divine intervention or not that led to Tim Tebow, or just really bad defense from the Bears and Marion Barber running out of bounds when he could have killed the clock. But there have been those sort of moments from that game each year and up into the Hail Mary game from last season with the Commanders. And that was, you could have saved a lot of agony had that been it for Eberflus in that moment, because there was no coming back from it.
What's the juice on a Tyreek Stevenson game-winning pick six?
Oh, you know what?
Because it's happening tonight,
you know
baby.
What? I'll tell you what. I'll get on Circus Sports and Bet365. I'll get on there and I'll look and see what the stats are, what the over/under is, or what the money line is for him to get an INT, let alone a touchdown tonight.
I'm gonna put my house on a Tyreek Stevenson interception tonight.
I'm gonna put my house on. I'm gonna put my house on Jane Daniels throwing his way a lot tonight.
That's right. Well,
and he'll have his opportunity because he's going to get the ball thrown his way a lot tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. So you look at this coming off. I don't like an early bye week. I think if there is a year to ever have an early bye week, it's in your first season as a head coach.
You think so?
Well, I just think because you're installing an entire new system. You're figuring out even relationships and connections and communication and all that stuff. And so now you've got 4 weeks in, and right away you saw, okay, maybe this is what we didn't do so well in the offseason. Oh, okay, we thought we had these guys, but maybe we don't. And right away, early on in a new regime, you've got an extra week early to start changing some stuff, to start prepping, to start doing some things differently.
Yeah, that's valid.
And so I kind of like that in this unique situation to have an early bye week. You look through the Bears' schedule. That Minnesota game was a gut punch. Okay?
Yeah.
They should have won that game.
I still don't know what Minnesota is either.
No, especially with no J.J. McCarthy, which apparently he just doesn't ever play. We're just done with him. So that was a gut punch. And then Detroit was just mad. Boy, they were not happy campers. Then you come back and you dog walk Dallas. And you should have beat Vegas by a ton, but what a weird game that was too.
A lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy play in that one.
I still got to say, I still think this is a good football team that just hasn't figured out how to close games, how to win, how to play. Just weird stuff is still happening. I look over at Washington. They have a worse loss than Chicago does. They lost to Atlanta. But they have a better win than Chicago does because they beat the Chargers.
Taking a step back, and maybe a week or change ago when we were talking about who are the powerhouses in the NFL.
Yeah,
and we were going, no, well, maybe it's Philadelphia, and I kept saying I think the Bucs are really a legitimate contender. I still feel that way about Tampa Bay, but looking at the NFL as a whole, who else? Who? Like
who's the team?
Like you talk about parity setting in. This is a strange first 6 weeks to the NFL season, man.
Yeah, you're looking around, and I definitely did not see. You know what? We should do this again this weekend to the teams. Although maybe we should wait till after Monday night.
Yeah.
Who are we proud of and who are we disappointed in? But I think the teams that we're seeing cream of the crop, top of the barrel,
top of the food chain.
Is there? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that. Buffalo's still riding at 4-1.
Yeah, the Bills. Sure.
But they just lost a disgusting game. What was that last week to the Patriots? So that's gross. I still don't know what their defense is. Pittsburgh at 4-1. But do you trust anything about the Steelers?
No, I don't. I'm not going to.
Indianapolis at 5-1. Now that was my offseason team.
Put some respect on Danny Dimes' name, would you?
But do we trust Danny Dimes to keep running?
It does kind of feel like that. I don't know how to put it. That Jeff Garcia coming back. Like, do you remember that run that Garcia had with the Eagles? And it feels like that kind of
the gloved wonder.
The gloved wonder. Yes, there's no glove. I don't think that Danny Dimes is wearing, but it does feel like that. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You look out at the AFC West, and Kansas City had a great win last night.
That was nice statement win.
So,
but was it?
Are they? But was it? Are they coming? I mean, the Chargers started off like gangbusters, and now they can't do anything right. They just had to use a last-second field goal to beat Miami.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is. Boy, Philly looks like there's some problems there.
Like the wheels have come off in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the Giants look like the best team in the NFC East.
How about that? People were so mean to the Giants last year. Just bullying them.
At least until both Dart and Scadaboo are knocked out. But they're looking good. And then here you go. You got Green Bay's got a tie. So is Detroit the best team in the I just don't know. You might be right. Tampa Bay is in a crazy weak division, but they haven't really played their division a lot yet.
That's another thing. Like normally, year in and year out with the NFL, normally you have, we'll say, 5 or 6 Super Bowl contenders, like 5 or 6 elite teams, and then you have 5 or 6 teams that are just cheeks, as our guy Jay Lehman would say, and then everybody else is just kind of mashed around in the middle. It feels like we're 6 weeks into this thing, and everybody's just kind of mashed around in the middle, and there's going to be a whole lot of, 500 teams, or just a hair above 500 teams in the NFL postseason this year.
Well, I mean,
somebody's got a breakthrough, right? Is it the Rams?
The Rams look good, but Puka Nacua just went out.
Yeah,
with an ankle injury. Doesn't look like it's going to be long term, but that's still. I mean, that's tough for a receiver like him to have that kind of an injury. So you're right. I mean, there's not a single undefeated team remaining, and that just feels real early for that to be the case. So, and how about, I know Lamar's not playing, but Baltimore looks bad.
They look really bad. Yeah. And nobody, just as everyone expected, I should say, right? Everyone expected the badness out of Baltimore. Our guy, Ty in Assumption on the Max Twin City Recycling text line says, I got a new Bears hat over the weekend. Do I test out what luck it has tonight?
No. What have you been doing the last 3 weeks? That's the plan, Ty. Whatever got us the last 2 wins, you stay on that track.
Stay on that, because your head and your hats have a direct correlation to who can catch the ball and who can't. Hey, let me throw something out your way, since we're talking Bears. It's a Bears Monday. Okay. Bears on our sister station. Bears on this station tonight during the national broadcast. So I don't know how much smoke there is to this rumor, but
I love a good rumor.
It's a mess with the Titans right now, right?
Okay.
Callahan's out as the head coach, and here's a little nugget for you. I mentioned this off the air, but the last 5 number 1 overall quarterbacks that have been drafted, their head coaches, their rookie season, have been fired mid-season of their rookie campaign.
Oh, gosh.
So Eberflus was the latest last year with Caleb Williams, but now Cam Ward is working with somebody else. Jeffrey Simmons, who is a freak on defense for the Titans. He is a monster D tackle. Handful of teams intrigued. He made some statements that, this is all Callahan's fault, really. In a nutshell, it's what he said yesterday after their latest loss. Would you give up a second rounder and maybe one of your offensive weapons for Jeffrey Simmons if you thought it was really going to bolster your defense?
I mean, what do you mean by an offensive weapon?
So if you're the Chicago Bears,
DeAndre Swift?
No. If you're the Chicago Bears and you've made these picks at wide receiver, and you've got Luther Burden, who you think will be a part of your future, would you move DJ Moore and a draft pick to go get a guy like Jeffrey Simmons?
No.
Me neither, but I've been asked that a lot via text, and I wanted to get
Really?
your take on that.
No, I would not. No. I would not ditch one of the top two receivers. I feel like, Rome and DJ, with what you're wanting to accomplish here, with Ben Johnson as your head coach, I don't think you can part ways with that unit and that core right there. I would be interested in looking at a draft package, picks, and trying to send some picks over there, because the defense does need some sense of urgency up front.
There is no pass rush. Montez Sweat's getting a lot of money, and I'm a fan of Montez, but boy, he got that contract, and you haven't seen him since.
Yeah,
So,
I would not be comfortable ditching any of the offensive players. Now, I will give them a third-round pick and Colston Loveland and DeAndre Swift and Luther Burden. Go.
You get rid of Luther and Colston. You get rid of your rookies right away, huh?
Well, I mean, if there's a chance to get a guaranteed pass rusher like this.
Okay.
I'm still confused on the Colston draft pick, especially as you're watching Tyler Warren in Indianapolis.
I know that I come off as the negative Bears fan, or maybe I'm just realistic. It feels very Bears. That pick continues to be like, okay, this is a very Bears thing that we've seen over the last 35 years. But we go to the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Rebecca in Savoy says, we put our Bears flag up right before the first win of the season, and it hasn't come down since. Stayed up through the second win and the bye week. It meant we couldn't fly the W after the Cubs postgame win, so I feel bad. I maybe messed with their juju. But what is done is done. Whatever everyone has done the last 3 weeks, don't change anything. That's our girl Rebecca in Savoy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cubs, but we got to sacrifice your postseason glory for the good of the Chicago Bears.
For a regular season Bears win. Yeah. I was telling people, it's like, was that loss, was it Kyle Tucker's fault? No. Was it PCA's fault? No. Was it Dansby's fault? No. It was my fault because I didn't have the jersey on that I wore.
Oh, it's your fault.
Yeah, they had 2 wins, and I wore a Rizzo jersey in both those wins, and I did not wear it for Game 5, so it's my fault.
Why? Why didn't you wear the jersey?
I officiated the wedding, and then when I got back from the wedding,
You couldn't wear it under your jacket or something?
I don't think I could have. But anyways, the game was after the wedding, and I forgot to pack the jersey. I could have worn it at a reception, but
could have.
Scott and Terre Haute. Ryan Poles tried to be the smartest guy in the room. That's happened so many times where you've got an early pick and you're looking at 2 or 3 guys, and it feels like, okay, maybe you could convince yourself they're all kind of even, but everybody looking at it sees, well, that guy's better than the others. That doesn't mean the others are bad, but I don't think Colston Loveland's a bad tight end. Maybe he is.
I don't know what he is
I was
yet.
about to say, maybe.
I haven't thrown him the damn ball yet to
But
know
when
what he is.
When I'm standing Tyler Warren next to Colston Loveland, I'm pretty confident. It's like, yeah, I kind of want that guy. I want Tyler Warren, who can run it, who can catch it, who can block, who can throw it, who can do literally anything. Let's have that guy. And we go with the other guy. And I think for a month or so, a couple of months, I really did try and convince myself. I was like, well, yeah, obviously. I mean, look at look at him. Colston, the cowboy from Wyoming or whatever it is.
Colston the cowboy.
maybe that's the one. And I think we're just seeing everybody knows. Everybody knows. I know he's not the one, but I do know there is a bank in town that is the one.
You know what? You're absolutely right. He's not the one. Maybe not the one. Probably not the one. But the one we're talking about, Busey, our friends at Busey, reminding you that we are just 3 days away from National Get Smart About Credit Day. It is October 16th this week. It was established by the American Bankers Association, and it's a way to recognize and design and encourage individuals to take control of their credit by providing educational resources. So Busey has plenty of those for you. Know what you're getting yourself into. Read the fine print on the credit application. Be knowledgeable about late fees, interest rates, and when payments are due. Get your free credit report. Review your credit report once a year and make sure the information is accurate and reflects your spending habits. Also, Busey provides you with complimentary credit reports and consultations. Make a timely payment. No matter your balance, it's always in your best interest to pay at least the minimum monthly balance. Also, find the right credit card for you. Avoid the danger zone. What is the danger zone? If you find yourself making just the minimum payment on credit cards for more than 2 months in a row, you are showing the first signs of credit trouble and could be in the danger zone. And also, shop secure. When you're shopping online, it's usually safe, but make sure you use trusted sites. You can also use a temporary virtual card number to add another layer of safety to your online purchases. Busey professionals want to help you preserve and protect your credit using their years of experience, helpful tools, and more. Call them at 1-800-67-BUSEY. That's 1-800-67-BUSEY for a complimentary credit consultation, or visit one of their many convenient locations in Central Illinois today. All right, we're a little overdue for a break.
Yep.
Any final Bears thoughts before the game tonight?
Not a Bears thought, former Bears thought. I lost my fantasy game, one of my fantasy games this past week because Justin Fields had negative 10 net passing yards.
Ooh, how mean was that to start the day with our friends at Tottenham in London with the Jets and the Broncos?
I just love, hey, we want to grow the game. We want you guys to become NFL fans. Here's the Jets.
That was a painful growth is what that was yesterday morning. That hurt. That was like a boil.
So, yeah, he got me like 3 points.
I'm sorry that happened.
Lost the game by 12.
I'm going to console Evan next with one of my curveballs. It's coming up next on The Drive.
And what about Dixie Chopper? What do you got? Dedicated diesel.
The best prices you'll ever get on a Dixie Chopper. I'm looking at right now the list of a classic. The regular retails for $18,200. We're going to sell it for $12,500.
What?
Yep.
You're doing commercial. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, we're gonna sell some of these things and move them out. A $7,500 Z2. We're going to get rid of for $5,000.
Man.
$20,000 Eagle, 72-inch cut. It's there for $13,500.
Wow. It's the fastest lawnmowers in the world, called Dixie Chopper. Go to Dedicated Diesel. How would I reach Andy for that?
They can call Andy at 217-328-0562. Visit him at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana, or check him out on Dedicated Equipment on Facebook.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Since 1929, Christie Clinic has strived to provide high-quality care with a personal touch. To continue our mission of we listen, we care, we are seeking engaged team members who are focused on improving patient lives, adding value, and increasing capacity to better serve our growing community. Christie Clinic offers competitive pay, great benefits, and advancement opportunities. Come join our team. Visit ChristieClinic.com to view open positions and apply.
Attention drivers. When it comes to your car, trust matters. That's why savvy drivers choose PDR Automotive for top-notch service and unbeatable quality. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, their team of expert technicians has the skill and experience to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At PDR Automotive, customer satisfaction is their priority, and they won't rest until your car is back on the road performing at its best. Visit PDR Automotive in Urbana today, family owned and operated for more than 50 years. They're what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. At Freedom Roofing, they stand for quality, integrity, and the American way. Locally owned and built on trust, they take pride in protecting what matters most, your home. Their expert team delivers top-notch craftsmanship with unbeatable customer service because you deserve nothing less. When storms hit or roofs age, call the name that stands for strength. Freedom Roofing, proudly serving our community because your roof should be as strong as the country we call home. Freedom Roofing, built on trust, powered by integrity. Visit freedomchampagne.com.
At the UPS Store, we have everything to help small business owners be unstoppable. So if you need mailbox services, we'll be the mailbox store.
What if my business isn't brick and mortar?
Easy. With our mailbox services, you'll get a real street address instead of a P.O. box.
What if I give you a big bear hug for making my day?
Then get in here, buddy.
The UPS Store can help small business owners be unstoppable with our mailbox services. We'll hold your mail and packages in a safe location. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And Evan, it is time.
Curtis's Curveballs.
More echo.
I'm working on it. I got to talk to the voice
guy. More echo.
We need the curveballs to go on forever. As we found out on Friday when you were shirtless for about 15 minutes, you're a pretty healthy guy, you know? You're pretty healthy.
No.
Oh, yeah, and we're often told that hitting the gym, as you do, sir, and eating well will guide us to longer lives, right?
I'm glad that's what you saw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you had the muscles. If you missed the picture of Evan shirtless, you can find it on the gram and on our Twitter at The Drive 935. Well, also, turns out keeping a healthy mind and embracing a positive outlook may be the real key to longevity, and that is according to a new study by Harvard researchers. They examined 70,000 women over a decade and found that those who were more optimistic had a significantly reduced risk of death from the leading causes such as heart disease, cancer, and stroke. And then they broke down the numbers. All right? Here's what they found. 38% of women were less likely to die from heart disease. 40% were less likely to die from a stroke. 16% less likely to die from heart cancer. Over half, 52% of women were less likely to die from infection, and 38% were less likely to die from respiratory disease. And overall, the most positive women in the study were 30% less likely to die from any other ailment as well. And of course, they're definitely going to outlive men. That's also in there for sure. I might have added that last part.
They're in there for sure. You know what the problem is that women are way smarter than men.
That's established.
Established. More mature.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing that causes women to worry and to be pessimistic is men. Because we're idiots.
You know what? you know what's killing us, right? The Bears.
The Bears.
The Cubs. The Illini. Sports. Drive-thrus. You know.
Drive-thrus.
Too much coffee.
Coffee's a good thing.
You know what? Every year there's something that comes on that's like, coffee's good for you. Coffee's bad for you. Coffee's good for you.
Yeah, I know. Where are we at? Where are we at there?
Last I knew, it was good for us.
Not this hazelnut stuff.
You leave the hazelnut out of it, sir.
I'm just saying.
There's nothing in the study about hazelnut killing anybody. All right? Nothing in here about that.
So we just need to be happy. So the singing fish was right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry.
Well, that's another thing. I mean,
be happy.
I'm curious. The other day, I think, was it Friday or Saturday was Mental Health Awareness Day. And this is when this study came out. It kind of tied in with that as well. But it was also like, okay, well, what if you're genetically predisposed to, depression or anxiety disorders? How do you fight that? All right. Well, that's kind of included here. You're still, it still affects you, but it's still more likely to kill men than it is women. So I just thought I would pass that along to all the fellas.
My wife just texted and said, I love all those teams too, and drinking too much coffee, so we're both dead.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get the same diseases, but she's still going to outlive you.
She'll for sure outlive, because as soon as she's told, hey, this is what's wrong with you, she's like, let's change life.
Let's fix that. Yeah.
And I'm like,
do I have to?
No more bacon?
Really? A whole damn plate full. As Burgess Meredith once said.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. I feel like I'm a pretty optimistic guy.
Yeah?
I'm pretty optimistic.
Well, it's tough to make yourself optimistic, isn't it? You are, I will say, you're far more positive than I think I am. And I don't think I'm negative. I don't know. Am I negative? I don't know.
Some would say I'm more unrealistic.
That's probably it. Yeah.
So that might be it.
Yeah. Unrealistic versus realistic, positive versus negative, tomato.
Yeah. Hey, we did our Big Ten plus 2.
Yes, we did.
I got the results.
Okay. I know I got the Indiana one right. I said Indiana was going to beat Oregon, but other than that,
you did.
Dude, I was trying to remember what I said on Saturday, and I was in a fog of Evan because you were shirtless when we were doing that segment.
You're welcome. So the first 2 picks is we both picked Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. We both picked Penn State. So we're 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Then I picked Nebraska, 1-2. You picked Maryland, so you're 0-3. Then I picked Oregon, 1-3. You picked Indiana, 1-3.
Uh-oh.
We both picked Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-3 for both of us.
Uh-huh.
I picked USC. You picked Michigan.
Okay.
So 2-4, 3-3. I picked Purdue, 3-4. You picked Minnesota, 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Bama.
Mm-hmm.
4-4. Did you pick Alabama?
I picked Bama as well. Yeah.
4-4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we both picked out Oklahoma. So we both went 4-5 in just very different paths.
But here we are. Who'd have thought? Not me.
So this is tough. Listen, I want college football's a mess right now, and I want when we do that, we're gonna do that every Friday, as long as there's not a Big Ten Thursday night game, which I don't believe there is anymore the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that every Friday, and I want you as the listener to also text in your picks.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to see how y'all do. Maybe at the end of this year, whoever's got the best record can come buy me coffee or something.
You can buy them coffee.
No, I said what I said. And because this is hard. Etched in stone, though.
Baby.
We had above 500 weekend. We went 3-2.
Yeah, we did. We made some money on Etched in Stone, didn't we? We did all right.
We need money.
3-2. Started hot, right? Started Friday night, didn't it?
Yeah, started Friday night. USF.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that was a wild game.
Bizarre.
So USF, they covered their 2.5 just simply by winning by 30. That's a good way to cover when you're the underdog. Just win by 30. Rutgers and Washington under 62.5. Winner. So we got that one.
Is that your Charlie Sheen?
Winning.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Alabama minus 2.5. Boy, we snuck by our skinny skins on that one.
Yeah.
But that's a hit. So those are our 3 wins. Iowa State minus 2.5. Boy, losing to Colorado.
Come on.
Gut punch.
Yeah, that stinks.
You don't want Colorado to rush the field on you. And they did. And then I did the USA money line, and they drew 1-1. Despite having, 30% more possession, more shots on goal. 200. They completed 250 more passes than Ecuador.
And
they drew 1-1.
See, I defer to you, and I've got a buddy that lives in Lincoln on all things soccer. And he's usually pretty...
Lincoln, England?
No, Lincoln, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Home of the National Weather Service.
Yeah, that's where I went to school.
But yeah, he's pretty good about the soccer info, but still I don't trust it to put any money on it. Speaking of putting some money on it, here's something just came through on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. If you're an Indiana fan, you'll like it. But our guy Justin on the text line says, my worst nightmare is coming true.
Uh-oh.
And that would be that billionaire Mark Cuban has gotten into the donation game with Indiana football.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And specifically because Signetti is there.
That sounds like a don't take our coach. Stay here, Kurt. Stay here, Kurt. What specifically? Did he give a certain amount?
Well, I'm looking. I mean, this is an insanely long article. But 2024 was the first season in 2 decades that IU exceeded the Big Ten's median in total football spending at $61.6 million. That's according to the Daily Hoosier, and we spoke with guys from the Daily Hoosier leading up to the game with Indiana a couple weeks ago. It says having Cuban on board is one thing, but the face of college athletic fundraising is changing rapidly, and everyone is battling the common notion of donor fatigue. NIL and rev share mean athletic departments need more money. Yeah, a little more money and quickly. Every school that wants to truly compete has a $20.5 million line item on their budget when the House versus NCAA court case was settled over the summer. And we've talked about that before. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah?
Listen, we got to talk with our guy Larry about this.
Well, I'm just going to say,
like, Larry, have you been on Shark Tank before? Can you get your own version? Can we get the Illini version of Shark Tank?
Hold on. There's a lot of going on in this article. Cuban declines to say how much he donated, but did say it was a, quote, big number. And he didn't specify where the donation should go within the athletic department. It's spread around. I know he's been a big backer and a big fan of the basketball program. And I'm sure Kurt Signetti, did this, whatever. But Illinois fans just have faith. Kurt Signetti's not going to be there long.
His name's at the top of the list for the Penn State job. I've seen his name there.
It's going to be at the top of the list for every job.
But yeah, and because the Penn State job is the hot one right now, that's where I'm seeing his name a lot. But I don't know, does that make sense to you? Would Signetti make that move?
Signetti does not feel like I know he was at James Madison. What was the Division II school he was at? Anybody remember?
I don't remember. Somebody will know on the text line.
Is it Northeast or just North? Anyways, I think Kurt definitely feels like a moving south type of guy.
Yeah.
So, Florida State?
Florida State would be, and you talk about a program with history and trying to return to prestige and all that. Yeah, that one makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm.
But something that's got their own attitude and their own swag and their own I just don't feel like Indiana's the end for him.
No, but if he wanted it to be, if he wanted Indiana football to be
well,
he could.
He could. I mean, yeah, totally.
But he's going to go where he's a cyborg, and he's going to go to where the money is.
All right, so here's the thing. My buddy Ravi and I have been arguing all day.
Ravi from Herdat Sports.
Yep,
you hear him every week on here. Yep.
Because they got into a conversation this morning on his show about the Penn State job is overrated. And so they're not a fan of them firing James Franklin, which happened this weekend, if you missed it.
In case you missed it, that was yesterday.
James Franklin gone. Which they paid a massive buyout.
I don't even know what the number is, right?
It was like 50-something million.
50-some million.
Whew.
Yeah.
So 50-something million. And they were arguing, right now, in 2025, what is the better job, Indiana or Penn State? And they all said, well, Indiana, whatever.
Yeah.
My thing would be, if you're Kurt Signetti, Indiana, sure. If you're any other coach, it's not Indiana. Because no other coach has ever done this. I'm not taking that shot or that chance to ride what Kurt Signetti had done and ride those coattails into whatever the next generation is going to be. That does not sound fun to me. To show up at Indiana, if Curt Cignetti takes a big-time job after this year and Indiana's like, hey, we got all this money, come here and coach and win, it's a great spot, I'm not touching that job.
Yeah.
Because if you don't go to the playoff, like, what do you do? You're not going to match the success that Curt Cignetti has had at Indiana.
Cignetti will take kids with him, too. There's going to be kids.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to take kids with him, and whether that be through the transfer portal or whatever. The portal is what it'll be. He'll take kids with him to Penn State. It's such a different game now. And to your point about if he leaves and takes the Penn State job, somebody coming in after that to kind of localize it, that feels like it could be like a Bill Self, Bruce Weber situation, and I'm not knocking Bruce in any way, shape, or form, but what I am saying is you'll have some success and could have a lot of success early on taking over that program at that school, but eventually they're your kids. Eventually it's kids that you're recruiting and that you're landing through the portal, and it's money. So I don't know, man. That could be the slippery slope to mediocre town, depending on how it plays out there.
I think Penn State is a much better job. I'm probably, I don't know if I'm in the minority or not. I'm on the same page that firing James Franklin was the right move. I honestly thought they should have done it 2 years ago.
You've said that from day one on this show. I'll give you credit for that. You've been banging that drum anytime Penn State was mentioned.
Everybody talks about, okay, they're 4-21 against top 10 teams or top 15 teams or whatever the stat is in James Franklin's tenure. And I get they got screwed in the Big Ten East for a while, being having to play Ohio State every single year and all of that stuff. But if you go, they're 1-18 against top 10 Big Ten teams, and yes, 9 of those 19 games were against Ohio State. Okay. 10 of those games were not against Ohio State, and they only won 1 of those against Michigan State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Oregon. They won 1 of those games. Penn State is a better program than Michigan State, Wisconsin, Iowa, and historically Oregon. Now they've been surpassed by Oregon.
Yep.
And if you're going to make a move, the time is now.
Fascinating. I love the texts that are coming in as well, 217-359-2255. And also, thank you, Justin, for sending in that article and letting us dig into that a little bit. Justin said, you would think he wouldn't stay there. I agree, but my gut is telling me he's going to appreciate what Indiana has done for him and be loyal. Let's hope not. IU thumbs down. Scott and Terre Haute, IU's has the money, and they will name the field after him. Cignetti Stadium.
Not if whatever the bank that bought their stadium doesn't want them to. Whatever it's called. It was everywhere.
The bank.
Gosh, what was it called?
Not Busey. Not our fine sponsor.
No.
Nope.
Poverty Bank.
Yeah, that was it. Bad bank. Bad, terrible bank. 217-359-2255. John in Camargo just sent this in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. We're going to do a little bit of math here. He says the Franklin buyout equates to this: $49 million for 6 years, $8.167 million per year, $630,000 per month, $22,000 per day, $935 per hour, every day for 6 years. And yet, here we are. Yeah, you know what? You know what, John in Camargo? There's somebody on OnlyFans right now making double that. So,
Yeah.
Could have been you, Evan, if you would have sold the shirtless pic from last week.
I don't know. Could be James Franklin now.
Could be James.
Line.
You know what?
Jeez.
When you got that sort of money, when you're rolling in that, if you're Franklin. Keep those texts coming, 217-359-2255 on the Max Twin City Recycling.
Oh, yeah. Chris said University of Indiana, Pennsylvania. Where's that at? Is that in...
See, when originally when he sent in a text, I was like, did he mean it's always called Ooey Pooey in my world?
Well, that's what I privately then responded, and I was like, Indiana, Purdue?
Yeah.
And he said, no, University of Indiana, Pennsylvania. And that's right. I remember that now. So maybe that's a little bit more to his connection to the Northeast, because James Madison is also up there.
Well, that makes sense.
But it just feels like a go south guy to me. So Matt from Sydney said, if you paid me $49 million to walk away, I wouldn't even clean out my desk. I wouldn't even take the door.
Be like a sophomore leaving his dorm room in college. This crap can stay here.
I don't
fine.
need it.
I don't need it. Mom, I don't need it. It's fine. It can stay there. They got people that'll throw that away for me.
Yep. And you know what? Let's do this when we come back.
Yeah, we got to catch one last break here.
Really quickly, we'll talk more tomorrow, but preseason basketball rankings came out.
Oh, yeah?
So we got the Illinois ranking.
Yeah.
I saw Wade texted in about Ken Palm. And so maybe we'll take a couple minutes to look at that on the way back.
Let's do that next on The Drive.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
For over 70 years, Beck's Country Shop has been Central Illinois' premier furniture store. With over 23,000 square feet of showroom filled with quality brands, you'll be sure to find that perfect piece to fit your home. Beck's offers free delivery and removal of your old items. They even sell off the showroom floor, so you don't have to wait for weeks or months. They pride themselves on hassle-free service and quality furniture at fair prices. Located on Route 45 in Urbana, visit Justin or Lance today at Beck's Country Shop Furniture.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
You best believe it is. ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. It is The Drive. Jay Lehman Hour coming up in less than 10 minutes. Jay is fired up, as he always is when he comes in the studio. And a special guest joining Jay as well.
With a special guest.
A special guest with insight into what it was really like at Big Noon Kickoff at Geese Memorial Stadium.
Biggest crowd ever, they say.
Fastest man in the world, they say.
The fastest man in the world.
Most people ever gathered at a Big Noon Kickoff, they say.
I'm just going to throw this out there.
Throw it.
Can I?
Throw that damn ball.
Kind of a lame show. Like, if you really think about it, they spend, and they're not coming back this year, so whatever. But they spend all week setting this whole thing up, and you walk in there and you're like, dude, this is set up. And then you really break it down. Barstool is on from 8 to 9.
Yeah.
They're not even on live TV. They're just on YouTube. And then Big Noon Kickoff shows up, and they're there from 9 to... They start at 9.
Yeah.
They go to 10, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then they move inside the stadium. And they do the last 30, 40 minutes from inside the stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you set all that up for like an hour-long show.
Are you saying that it's a, how do I put it, a second-tier college game day? Is that what you're saying about Big Noon? Are you disparaging? Are you going to keep them from coming back to Champaign? Is that what's happening right now?
Well, I know they're listening to this, and so I would like for you to think.
Here, Dave, I know you're listening. Mr. Portnoy, I know Evan's maybe not your favorite person right now, but he wants to talk directly to you, Pizza Man.
Well, Dave Portnoy doesn't. I'm not going to say anything against Dave right now. Again, I've already said enough, but I just think it's not. It's like they're really trying. Mark Ingram is really trying to be kind of that wild, crazy, like in your face, get everybody going, woo, and he's fun. Everyone else is just a little bit dry. Urban Matt Leinart.
I've been working on this for a while with the Urban Mind. Let me tell you why things will happen. No, when you talk about college football, I mean, some good programs, they work. Some don't. Ohio State works.
Yeah.
I don't know if Illinois works yet. I don't know. You got to look at the history. College football. Is that good?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
They call me the Midnight Cowboy around here. You know, ladies want to go dance with me. Go for a little dancey dance.
I hope not.
You ever? Never mind. I was going to start naming gentlemen establishments in my Urban Meyer voice, and I thought better of it and stopped myself.
So the college basketball rankings came out.
Let's get into that, baby. Let's talk some Illini hoops.
Okay, so some rankings came out. And this is all on ESPN.com. That's where I'm pulling them from, but you can get them from wherever you want. This is the AP rankings. Purdue comes in at number 1. I think no surprise to anybody. They bring just about everybody back and the loaded team, and so they're at number 1.
Yeah.
Houston at number 2, Florida at number 3, the reigning champs. Then UConn comes in at number 4, which you've got on Friday, November 28th.
Thanksgiving
weekend. You've got number 4 UConn in New York. Then you got St. John's, Duke's at number 6. Michigan comes in at number 7. Why? Nobody knows.
Because it's Michigan.
Okay.
You got to look at the history.
Golly.
Listen, I know a thing or two about basketball. Too.
I don't get it. You got BYU at number 8, Kentucky at number 9, and then Texas Tech at number 10.
So where are them fighting the Illini?
Well, Texas Tech at number 10, they're coming in on November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a big game.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. You got Louisville at number 11. UCLA and Sky Clark, the Fighting Skies, number 12. Arizona at number 13. Arkansas at number 14. Alabama, who you've got on November 19th, come in at number 15. So there you got 3 top 15 games.
Let's go.
Iowa State at 16. Sorry if I'm sniffling on air.
It's all right.
I got a little
Who cares? Who cares? I don't care.
Nobody cares if you're sniffling. Keep it going.
All right, fine. And then at number 17, you got your Illinois Fighting Illini.
All right, 17. Okay.
So
Matt and Sydney says, I was disappointed, but I feel no one knows how good we will be. There you go.
That's literally preseason. So then right behind you at number 18 is Tennessee, and that's your other big non-conference game. You go see them in Nashville on Saturday, December 6th. So you play
too. Yeah.
Number 10 Texas Tech, number 15 Alabama, number 4 UConn, and number 18 Tennessee before you even get to conference play.
Well, I like it. I maybe I'm not. They're 17. That stinks or whatever. But I like the schedule. I see a lot of opportunity there for the Illini to jump up fast.
Yeah.
And I would agree that people you don't know what anybody is yet, right? Yeah, I mean, other than Purdue, everyone kind of knows what Purdue will be this year for hoops.
Yeah.
But no, I'm intrigued by the opportunity that's in front of the Illini basketball team this year, and we'll get our guy Kyle Tosk on. Of course, Kyle, a great friend of the show for a long time, and now doing his thing with Illini Inquirer, doing a great job covering Illini basketball. So we'll get Kyle on to kind of break down the top 25 this week as well. But
yeah, you just round it out for Big Ten quality. You have Michigan State at number 22, and then Wisconsin at number 24.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's it. Not a ton of Big Ten teams are in these initial rankings, but I agree, like with Matt from Sydney, what he says, nobody knows how good anybody's going to be.
Yeah.
And as fired up as I am about the rankings for college football right now, I'm as fired up as I was about that is how little I care about these.
That's how
preseason
indifferent
rankings.
you feel.
Yeah, it's like preseason basketball rankings make no sense. They're just a complete guess.
Yeah.
And let's see. So yeah, go ahead. Start us somewhere in the middle, and let's see what happens.
I wonder how Urban Meyer feels about the rankings. You know, I'm going to make this a thing now. You know, it's a Portnoy and I, where you had a slice of Monocle's pizza. You know, and we were thinking about things, and I said, you know, you got to know basketball. It's really what it boils down to. I mean, are you kidding me? You got to know basketball.
Yep. Cool thing though is for that November 11th game against Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go over to Pia's and hang out before the game.
Sure can, buddy.
And then just hop in the Illini shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you can do that for any home game. But I think something is. I got a note here. Is Diane going to be there for the 11th?
I got a note here.
I don't know.
No, with 93.5, ESPN 93.5, we will be at Pia's. Diane's going to be there, our very own Diane Ducey, who you hear every weekday morning with Stevie J. And
it's my son's birthday.
And, yeah, you got a birthday party that day. I'm surprised you don't have a wedding to attend that you have to officiate.
No, that's the weekend before.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Pia's is going to have a shuttle for you. Get you to and from the game. And as our friend Eric has said multiple times at Pia's, they get you in and out faster. You get that front door service, man. So we'll have more on that very soon. But Veterans Day, that's when that's happening.
Yeah, but we have an exhibition basketball game this Sunday against Illinois State, and the Pia Shuttle's running for that too.
Yep, absolutely.
So 2 o'clock is that game. So go hang out, get some lunch at Pia's, and then hop in the shuttle and go watch Illinois play some basketball. We're there. Game week!
Man.
Kinda,
but it's here. Yeah, you can get your first look at Illini basketball.
Yeah.
And you had a Slugger burger. You liked it, right?
I did.
Yeah.
It was good.
I had wings too.